So welcome to Mechanical Lab Retreat 2. So today we will conduct experiment called test on heat exchanger. So aim of the experiment is to find out what will be the total heat transfer coefficient and effectiveness of the heat exchanger. We know that heat exchanger is a device which exchanges the heat between two working fluids which is at different temperature without direct contacts, right? So there are different types of heat exchanger based on the direction of flow of parallel flow heat exchanger, counter flow heat exchanger and cross flow heat exchanger, right? Comes to parallel flow heat exchanger, hot and cold fluid flows in same direction, and counter flow, hot and cold fluid flows in opposite direction, and cross flow, hot and cold fluid flows in perpendicular direction. To conduct this heat exchanger experiment, so we can see this is a double pipe heat exchanger. So this is entire double pipe heat exchanger is insulated here, insulated. So it's having two concentric tubes. The inside tube there will be a hot fluid, and above that there will be a cold fluid. You can observe, so this will be the heating arrangement for the fluid. So the hot fluid enters to this double pipe heat exchanger. So here will be the temperature, that is hot fluid in the temperature T1. It flows through this double pipe heat exchanger concentric one, and here will be the T4. This will be the hot fluid outlet temperature. It depends on parallel flow or counter flow heat exchanger. So irrespective of parallel or counter flow, so this direction of hot fluid, we fix this direction, this way to that way, and depends on parallel flow. So here some valves are provided here. The valves are provided because to change the direction of cold fluid. So we make that in for parallel flow, we make the cold fluid flow in the same direction of hot fluid as well. In case of counter flow heat exchanger, the cold fluid enters to this direction, hot fluid comes to this direction. So the direction of hot and cold fluid in opposite direction. So you can see this is overhead tank. The whatever the supply comes from this tank. So first it will go through this heating arrangement for hot fluid, and there will be a cold fluid arrangement as well. To calculate the overall heat transfer rate and effectiveness, we need what will be the heat transfer rate, right? To calculate the heat transfer rate, we need mass flow rate of hot fluid as well as cold fluid. See, here is the arrangement is there. So here is the jar. So here will be pipeline for hot and cold fluid. So with the help of this, we can going to measure, means suppose for 30 seconds, we calculate how much water is calculated in this jar. So in this way, we are going to measure the flow rate of hot and cold fluid. So this experiment, what are the parameters we are going to measure? For inlet temperature and outlet temperature of both the fluid, hot fluid as well as cold fluid, that is 4 temperature, and the atmospheric temperature. You can see this T1, T2, T3, T4. These are the inlet and outlet temperatures of both hot and cold fluid. This will be the room temperature. Okay. Then mass flow rate of hot and cold fluid. Now comes to calculation part. You can see here will be the parallel flow. The both hot and cold fluids flows in same direction. So this will be the counter flow. Hot and cold fluids are flows in opposite direction. So this will be the temperature profile for parallel flow, and this will be the temperature profile for counter flow. To calculate the overall heat transfer rate, why the overall heat transfer rate terms comes, because the transfer of heat from hot fluid to cold fluid, it's a combination of modes of heat transfers like convection as well as conduction. that's hot fluid to this separation wall by convection, through this separation wall by conduction, through this separation wall to cold fluid by convection. So here the heat transfer is a combination of both convection as well as conduction. So you are using the terms called overall heat transfer. To calculate the heat transfer, overall heat transfer, so this is the formula for heat, that is A into U, and this temperature difference, this is log mean effect, LMTD, log mean temperature difference. So this will be the overall heat transfer coefficient. This will be the inside area of the heat exchanger. So how to calculate this value? So this easily you can calculate heat gained by the cold fluid equal to heat lost by the hot fluid, that is Q equal to mCp into delta T. Okay, in that way you will calculate this heat transfer rate. We know this this is a constant area. So to calculate the LMTD, so this will be the formula here, that is theta I by theta naught log theta I by theta naught. So this theta I will be this is the this temperature TCI and THI and TCI. Okay, this is the temperature, that is theta I. For parallel flow, this will be theta naught for parallel flow. For counter flow, this will be the difference, that is theta I, this is the theta naught. So in this way, just you substitute all the inlet and outlet temperature, so this you will get the LMTD value. So you will get overall heat transfer coefficient. Here I will show you. So heat absorbed by the cold fluid divided by mean temperature LMTD value into area. In this formula, we are going to get overall heat transfer coefficient. One more parameter we need to calculate, effectiveness. Okay, so there is a formula for effectiveness. It's actual heat transfer by maximum possible heat transfer. Actual heat transfer, we know that how to calculate, that is you can equate that heat transfer rate to heat gained by hot fluid, heat gained by cold fluid equal to heat gained by heat lost by the hot fluid. So that will be the formula here. You can see Q equal to CH into temperature difference between the hot fluid, and or maybe Q equal to Cc into temperature difference between the cold fluid, means inlet and outlet temperature of cold fluid. So this CH is the combination of, this is mass flow rate and specific heat. Okay, so maximum, how to get this maximum possible heat transfer rate? So here you can observe this is Q max, that is C min by THI temperature minus TCI temperature. So this Q min, C minimum. So that is the combination of specific heat as well as specific heat is a product of specific heat and mass flow rate. So which fluid is having less Cp value, so that one we can consider as a Q maximum calculation for maximum heat transfer rate. Then substitute the value in this heat transfer, actual heat transfer by maximum possible heat transfer, you will get the effectiveness.